Hi, I'm Mary Jo. I've been a nurse for over 50 years. I've lost over 100 pounds as a postmenopausal woman, and I have reversed all chronic disease in my life, and I feel absolutely wonderful. And today I thought, I have made mention that you should eat lots of greens and cruciferous vegetables. Well, the other day, this lovely lady that was chatting with me said, well, I could never do that. And I said, well, I can. And the reason I said I can was just to give her the thought that it's a possibility. Maybe not today or tomorrow, but it's a possibility. And I was like, oh, she said to me, oh, I know you can, but who else would? And I'm sorry, but that just made me feel, well, everybody to their own opinion on everything, right? I just like seeing people feel good and getting healthy and vivacious and not fearing age and just living life to full tilt. That's what I like. Anyway, so how in the world, crazy woman, do you fit in that much green food? Well, okay, here are my two breakfast ideas, which I've probably proffered at different times on these videos. One is I love to take collard greens, and they're clean. I tear them in half. I take the long stem off of them, and then I like to put a nut butter. I love to take chocolate bean, black bean hummus, put some of that on there. Sometimes I'll add a little cinnamon or perhaps some flaxseed or chia seed or something like that. Ground is easier for you to assimilate. Chia seeds, I've heard you can crunch through them, but sometimes sometimes the research suggests that they might be better off ground too. Do whatever you want. But anyway, always a plethora of different foods are good for you. But I'm supposed to be talking about getting greens into your diet. So I will take these things now. I like to use them as my morning breakfast sandwich, if you will, but I hope the ingredients don't turn you off. So I'll slice bananas or a little bit of apple on it, and mostly I want blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, any berry I have. I don't always have all of them, so any berry that I have I like to utilize. And then I wrap them up. But maybe you don't feel like berries today. Well, what do you feel like today? Well, sometimes I want something that's more savory. So I like to take, there's so many different ways of doing this. But I'll take chickpeas, walnuts. Oh, do you think I could remember what I put into my Vitamix? And I don't grind it all up. I do kind of a pulse so that by the time you're done, it almost has a consistency like a hamburger or something. I mean, like a ground hamburger or something. And so it's like chickpeas, whatever seasoning you like. I put a little lemon juice in there. I put some walnuts in there, and then I should come up with the more appropriate recipe. But then I throw it into my collard leaf, and I might put some raw onion or some shredded cabbage or carrots or whatever fancies my day. But the main thing, especially if you put cabbage in there or shaved Brussels sprouts, it's really wonderful because now you're getting the greens from the collards as well as the Brussels sprouts or the cabbage. So great ideas. Or you could always throw some microgreens on top of it. Great idea, especially for increasing the nutritional complement of the food. Now, why the seeds? Well, because when I eat something green, I want some healthy fat to increase absorption of the ITCs from the greens. Yes, they require fat molecules in order to be absorbed correctly or as best as you possibly can. So you don't have to overdo it. You gotta, nuts and seeds I think are a very appropriate part of the diet, but somebody short and advanced in years as I am, a whole lot of fat in the diet or nuts in the diet or seeds in the diet may be counterproductive to keeping me healthy. I mean, they are highly nutritional. Don't misunderstand me. They're great. But you can, when something is really good for you, it does not mean that a heap of it would be better. And that's unfortunately how many Americans think. Uh, so you want to think about what is appropriate for your caloric need and your style of life. That's all. So now another thing I love is savory oatmeal. Yes, you have some oatmeal and then you steam greens and broccoli and put anything in it you want. And then put in like some nutritional yeast and different seasoning into the oatmeal and the nutritional, and then turmeric. Oh yes, you got to put in turmeric because the turmeric and the nutritional yeast give it a kind of a yellowy hue that it just looks almost like scrambled eggs, but of course it's not. And it's just a great vehicle of which to get some greens. Now, I love a giant salad for lunch. I mean, I could have a giant salad for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I kid you not. But you can get an awful lot of appropriate green or cruciferous vegetables into a big salad. I mean, kale, spinach, arugula, bok choy, cabbage. Oh gosh, there's a million more. Even kohlrabi, I believe, is considered horseradish, which I probably am not going to put on my salad, though my other half might. But anyway, but when you create this salad, do not forget the lettuce, because lettuce has some different nutrients that are extremely vital for the body and is a much more powerful food than I used to give it credibility for. So I might have a handful of arugula, red cabbage, and some mixed lettuce greens is wonderful. And then I can do you can put other vegetables on it, you can do whatever you want, just have a lot of fun with it. But I just love my, always for sure, luncheon salad. I think it's delicious, and I probably get in 4 cruciferous vegetables easy peasy for lunch. So then we go to dinner. Now dinner, you can do all sorts of things. You can make a vegetable casserole, like I have a casserole made out of artichokes, kale, mushrooms, broccoli that I stole from Dr. Furman. Yes, and it's absolutely delicious. You can make a Brussels sprouts casserole, maybe put almond butter and lemon juice and maybe some vinegar in it. That probably sounds weird, but you know, this is things I play with in the kitchen. You can create, you can kind of do a little stir fry, no oil, water only, just a couple tablespoons at a time. If it starts to dry up, then just a tad more water, and you stir things around, have a lot of fun with it, and then you end up with this stir fry, and you can put all sorts of fun and interesting sauces in it, possibly with a nut or seed in it, to ensure you're absorbing as many of those ITCs as you can. So there's all sorts of things you can do for your dinner. You can make a big soup, you can make a casserole, and you can just create all sorts of fun, interesting sauces with it. Now, here's a sideline that I should probably offer to you, and that is steaming these vegetables allows you to make sure you get a larger supply. If they're raw, there's only going to be so much you can crunch up and get into your stomach, okay? But when they're steamed, you can eat a lot more of them to just ensure there are no nutritional deficiencies occurring with you. At the same time, when you cook greens and cruciferous vegetables, you will lose some of the myrosinase, which is necessary to create the ITCs and the antioxidant response in the body. So what do? Well, here are 2 fun things. Number 1, take a little bit of something raw, cut it up, and stir it into the hot. And some of the raw with the hot will help produce myrosinase. Now, the glucosinolates inside the cells of the greens and cruciferous vegetables, it is not destroyed. It's there. It just needs that little enzyme to blast it off, creating a whole lot of ITCs. That's what it needs. So, and here is a Dr. Greger hint that I love. I'll take ground mustard seed. Yeah, ground mustard seed. And if I have a steamed vegetable or soup or something with steamed greens in it, I like to put a little bit of that mustard seed on it, and it gives it a little pizzazz. I've really grown to enjoy pizzazz in my life. So now, for some people, they'll even do something with greens in the evening. Okay, let's think of something more dessert-like. So you don't have to do each and every one of these things. I'm just trying to find different ways of adding those cruciferous vegetables to your food without you hardly realizing it. So you could take frozen bananas that are chopped up and blend them with some non-dairy, non-sugar, unsweetened, there we go, find your words, unsweetened milk product, and you can cream it up. You can put any flavoring you want in it. You could try bok choy with that. Now, if you do that, the thing of it is that and you could do spinach with it too, and you could even do like a spinach, which is going to make it greener. I love the bok choy. Both are a good idea, and maybe a little mint. Ooh, and now you have kind of a mint sweet ice cream. Fun, right? And anyway, so it's just a way of adding some cruciferous vegetables into something that's more of a tantalizing dessert. Now, one I've always liked to make, and I thought I was the creator, but there's something awfully similar in other places I have looked. But what I would do is take my frozen cherries, dark sweet frozen cherries, blueberries. Now, I'm a chocolate fanatic, and not that you should be, but I like to use unsweetened cocoa powder or cacao. Either one's fine with me. And that non-dairy unsweetened milk product, so you can cream it up. But I like to add spinach. And once again, spinach and bok choy are like a mild flavored thing, so I'm not as aware of them. Could you put in kale? Oh, sure you could. But I'm more aware of kale, so I prefer the others, but you do what you want. Whatever you like is just fine. But you can literally create sorbets and add a little bit of something green to it or cruciferous to it, and that increases your intake of those vegetables that are so good for you. You know, when I'm talking about nuts and seeds, I'll say a little is great for you, too much is not necessarily. But on greens, studies show that the more greens and cruciferous vegetables you eat, the healthier you get, and there is no endpoint that anybody has ever found. Wow! So just go crazy on that really good, wonderful food and find ways to enjoy it to the hilt so that you get in lots of cruciferous vegetables. And that's partly because, as I know, I have said before, they just play a significant role in an antioxidant response in the body to stop, prevent, reverse inflammatory problems, correct DNA problems, or clue in the immune system that this cell is hopeless right now and it must be destroyed, and take it out. So I don't know if I'm giving you any different or better ideas, but I love finding ways to add cruciferous vegetables to anything I'm creating. Another thing I will just add at the end here, I also love to find a way of putting different spices and herbs in whatever I'm making. Why? Because they're all so healthy for you. There's so much I could say. I mean, I don't think I prefer to put turmeric in ice cream like product, no, but in something like quinoa, or just in a vegetable dish, or make a turmeric tea if you wanted to. This is one of those highly anti-inflammatory spices. So it's ginger. Cinnamon is known for its capability of taming blood sugar. Oh my goodness, I could go on and on and on, but that would be a topic for another day. So eat those beautiful greens and cruciferous vegetables. And if you say, I do not like that stuff, well, once you have tried something and you have used your own creativity to prepare it and your own seasoning and spices or flavorings to it or vinegar. Oh, have you seen all the flavored vinegars out there? Oh, they are to die for. Yeah, just put some jalapeno lime balsamic vinegar on something and you will love it. Well, at least I do. What can I say? But this is a food product that does so much good. I just don't think you want to be without it. And you can try something several times. You have to give it, a good 15 tries sometimes, and you will begin to find you really like it. Oh, but in order to really like whole, real, natural food, you really have to tame and heal your taste buds so you can really appreciate that food. And then it becomes a delectable, gourmet, wonderful treat rather than, oh, that grassy kale again. See, you don't want to think like that. And if your taste buds are really into processed foods, it's really hard to enjoy the delightful treats that the universe provides for us in an unblemished package, which produces such great health. And not only health, you just feel better, you sleep better, you're happier, you are able to be more active. One of the things I didn't say on that cardio video is that if you want to know that you have your heart's in good shape, another thought is you have to have good exercise tolerance. And that, how do you get there? Well, baby steps if you have very poor exercise tolerance. And then you get there also by eating such nutritional foods that you're energized and your muscles are ready for action. Okay, I've talked long enough. And I have a scheduled exercise class this afternoon, which is what I'm dressed for at the moment. So you have a wonderful day. And you know what? I cannot thank you enough for listening. I tell you what, where would I or the rest of the world be without you? Because you have this beautiful spiritual power within you that just gives to everybody around you. So with great love and appreciation in my heart for all you do, thank you so much. And hopefully next time won't take me months and months and months to do. Okay, why is that? Well, this is going to sound kind of awful, but I've become such an exercise fanatic. I sometimes have a hard time sitting down to the computer. But the other problem I seem to be having is my other half is retired. And I have this dumb thing going on where I think I always have to take care of him. Yes, he left the house. So, ta-da! Here I am talking to you, ready to go exercise. Yay, yay, yay. Anyway, could I make this any longer? I hope not. Take care and goodbye from Nurse Mary Jo. Bye-bye.